Hey everyone, welcome back to wisteriabrush. Today I'm thrilled to share with you a step-by-step guide on how I draw eyes using Procreate. This is going to be a simple and beginner-friendly tutorial so all of you can join in. I will be using Sketch basic brushes, which you can get for free on Gumroad. I'm using an iPad Air 5, software is Procreate, obviously, and an Apple Pencil Generation 2. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, first things first, let's open up Procreate. Not me exposing my ugly untitled artworks. We can go for any screen size since we are just trying to practice on how to draw an eye. I apologize if the audio quality is not very good. I don't have professional materials. Now that we have a blank canvas, it's time to grab our pencil tool and start lightly sketching the basic shape of the eye. Think of it as the foundation. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to grab a dark brown and start sketching. If you're not sure on how to start, I recommend you use references. Definitely note that the part of the eye that is closer to the nose should be thinner than the part of the eye that is away from the nose. As the line gets closer and closer towards the ear, the eyelid should be getting thicker and thicker. Now we're going to start sketching out the lower eyelid. The same applies for here too, except don't make it as thick as the upper eyelid. Don't worry about making mistakes. Learning takes a lot of time and trial and error. One day you'll be able to do this without having to think so much. But in case you forgot, we're on digital. So just take your 2 fingers and smash the screen twice. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button. And we can undo. Now I'm going to quickly refine my sketch. Great. Now if you're still confused, we can break this up into a few simple shapes. I'm going to grab this red color to show you how it's done. First, we're going to break the main shape into a pentagon. Next, we can break the eyelids into smaller triangles. This is the basic shape of our eye. Let's go ahead and hide this skyline layer and start sketching out the iris. Sketching the iris, you're going to notice that the iris is not shown as a full circle inside the eye. This is going to make your character look very shocked if you do that. Now this is a stylistic choice, but I'm going to give this eye a double eyelid. Now for the coloring portion of the eye. I set our sketch layer to multiply, and now we're going to take a round render brush and make it smaller, and start coloring in portions of the eye. A dark color or a dark brown will be best. So just quickly finishing up coloring the eyelids, we're going to start coloring our iris. This is most definitely my favorite part of the process. We're going to make a purple-ish, bluish eye. So we're going to take the round render brush, turn it up a little bit, and start coloring the base color of our iris. After coloring the iris, we are going to move on to the sclera, I can't pronounce, the whites of the eye. So make a new layer and put it under the iris. We're going to take an off-white, like a creamy yellow or a beige or a very, very desaturated purple. As long as it's light and it's not pure white, it should work. So we're going to fill our off-white in, and then we're going to take a slightly more saturated and darker color of that and shade in the upper part. If you don't understand, just follow along. I'm showing you. Now, after you do that, it's time to shade in the upper part of the iris, the most exciting part. We're going to first take the base color of our eye and get a more saturated and darker version of that color. And we're going to shade the upper parts like so. Now repeat this process and make it more darker and more saturated as you get closer and closer to the upper eyelid. It might be very helpful to alpha lock this layer as well. Now let's take the darkest color and draw in a pupil. In my stylized eyes, I like to keep my eyes very soft and very dreamy. This is why I find the round render brush to be a perfect brush when it comes to drawing eyes. Now we're going to take our base color and we're going to add the lighter parts of the iris. You want to move it higher on the color spectrum, make it less saturated and lighter. Now add the lighter colors towards the bottom of the iris. Keep going lighter as much as you need. Now get a pure white and use a clean sketch brush to add some highlights to make our eye pop. You are free to add as many or as little highlights. This is totally up to you. We are pretty much done. Now let's take the eyelid layer. Now get the color and make it a little lighter. Add this to both ends of the eye on the upper and lower eyelid. Last but not least, we're going to create one more layer and give this eye some life. And there you have it, folks, a simple step-by-step guide on how I draw eyes in Procreate. I hope you found this tutorial helpful and that you're feeling inspired to create your own eye masterpieces. Thanks for watching and happy creating. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and support me. Thank you. See you in the next tutorial.